Pokemon 151 just shifted gears and prices are moving up quickly. It literally seems like all collectors are racing to secure singles because of the fear that they're going to be priced out. I mean, Pokemon 151 has been one of the most in-demand sets since it's released, along with Prismatic Evolutions and Destined Rivals, though the singles are what we really need to look at in today's video. And even though prices for 151 are climbing, I actually will be giving away some packs of Pokemon 151 and Prismatic Evolutions on my upcoming Whatnot stream on 9th March, 5 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, and I'll speak more about that stream throughout this video. But yes, 151 is the Magnum Opus of Pokemon, and I really wonder if the releases of Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, I'm just thinking, did they have any impact on these price rises whatsoever? I actually kind of feel that's one place that people are not giving it the credit it deserves, because I've been here long enough to know about like the spill-on effect. It's like when Pokemon Legends ZA got released, all the old school Mega Evolution cards, they just started spiking in price as well because of that spill-on effect. Though, I mean, look at the prices. They actually are moving much quicker than I thought they would be. All right, first one, big one, the 151 Ultra Premium Collection. One of the most hot and in-demand products, pretty much in terms of modern Pokemon collecting. The 151 UPC, if you've never actually seen this product before, it's really, really cool. The big reason for that is because the 151 UPC does contain 3 promos inside, and they can only be obtained in the UPC, which is the Mew Special Illustration Rare, the Mew 2 Illustration Rare, and the Golden Mew Metal card. Really cool cards. Now, right here, I can see that the UPC is currently selling for $713 for one Ultra Premium collection. That is crazy prices, man. That's so expensive. And it's so interesting because I do remember in early 2024, this was so easy to get. In fact, a lot of places were actually selling this for a little bit of a discount because people weren't actually buying it at the time, which is so weird for me to see this now. And the previous high point that the UPC had was 625 US. So you can really now see that the 151 Ultra Premium Collection is just in a league of its own. And I think that because there's more collectibles in this UPC than just the packs of Pokemon 151. Yes, you do get the 16 booster packs, but you got the playmat, you got those promos. It's a very good collectible item to own. If you did get your hands on these early days, then man, you made a very good decision. Though a lot of people probably didn't even think about that because it was a weird time because the Charizard UPC was going nowhere as well. So, you know, it was a hard decision to make to be investing in 151 UPCs because when you looked at the Charizard UPC, that released in 2022 and at the same time, that was going nowhere. So people thought, oh, is the 151 UPC gonna flop? But both of them have really taken a sharp increase in price. Now moving on to the Charizard Special Illustration Rare, definitely a cool artwork. I mean, the Charizard artworks we've got in the Scarlet and Violet era and now in the Mega Evolution era are great. This would probably be my second or third favorite Charizard card artwork for modern Charizard cards, though it was selling for around 258 US, and right there, just at the end of that graph, there has been a big spike, right now selling for $382. Super, super expensive Special Illustration Rare. Really interesting to see this. When we look at the Phantasmal Flames Charizard, that is definitely much more in demand by a wider audience. It makes sense to me why that one would be more expensive because I do think it is a much better artwork than this one. But now it almost feels like, hey, it's been kind of calm waters for a while for 151. There is a chance that it will continue to rise. And also, by the way, hey, if you are enjoying the video, I just want to introduce myself. My name's Phil and I've been making content on YouTube about Pokemon for 2 years now. If you do like these styles of videos, I'd really love for you to subscribe. It's always good to see new people on board. So moving on to the Blastoise, and right there at the end of that graph, you can really see this big spike with 151 singles. They're all happening very quickly. I actually don't think that people are putting enough emphasis on Fire Red and Leaf Green returning. That spill-on effect is massive. Those games are so classic. They're obviously from the Kanto region, all Generation 1 games, massive influx of new people playing. They go, hey, do I want to collect the cards? And of course, what are they going to collect? They're not going to collect Ascended Heroes. They're going to be looking for Pokemon 151. It's crazy. It's like Yu-Gi-Oh collectors, especially like if you're watching this channel and if you don't collect Yu-Gi-Oh, the things you would probably know is Dark Magician, you would know Blue Eyes White Dragon, you would know Yugi, you would know Kaiba, and then if you go into the 5D Zero, or if you go into Yu-Gi-Oh GX, you would lose a lot of people that recognize those. Same thing when we look at Dragon Ball, everyone knows of Super Saiyan. If I start now talking about OG Dragon Ball, or if I start talking about Dragon Ball Super, that is where the massive fan bases really know of Dragon Ball Z. They still know of Dragon Ball Super, they still know of Dragon Ball Daima, but the main kind of area that they focus on is Z. That's kind of similar to what's happening here. We can see it was selling for $101 $151, the Blastoise. Right now, look at that. Right at the top there, selling for $206 US. Massive price spike for this Blastoise in particular. I think it's a fantastic artwork. I actually think that the water line of Pokemon 151 is definitely the best artworks in all of the special illustration rares for the starters. They just nailed these, man. From Squirtle, Wartortle, Blastoise, they look incredible. Now also, as I did speak about earlier in the video, I actually am giving away some packs of Pokemon 151 and Prismatic Evolutions on my upcoming Whatnot stream on March 9th, 5 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Plus, I'll be selling some Pokemon cards in that stream as well. Now, today's video is sponsored by Whatnot, and if you've never used Whatnot before, I actually do have a $15 credit for you to spend on the app. If you sign up with my referral link right here, that will be credited onto your new account. Now, Whatnot is a live shopping app that lets you purchase products in real time. You can watch creators sell items, and you're able to be part of the action. Now, Pokemon cards are absolutely massive on Whatnot, and my streams, I find, are a super fun and chill way to experience the platform. Plus, you can just participate in the giveaways for 151 and Prismatic as well. So definitely feel free to come watch my upcoming stream. And as I said before, if you are a first timer, just feel free to sign up using my referral link or just scan the QR code appearing on screen right now. I can't wait to see you all on the stream. A big thanks to Whatnot for supporting the channel. Let's get back into these prices of 151. Same thing when we're looking at the Venusaur as well. Really cool artwork. And of course, right here, we can see we're selling in October for $88. And right there, right now, there we go. It's selling for $132 US. So massive price spikes for this Venusaur in particular. That is a pretty expensive special illustration rare. Great artwork, excellent kind of like illustration here. Like I said, they're all the 151. It's an amazing set. They really nailed it. One thing that kind of gets misconstrued, people go like, oh, Pokemon 151 is overhyped. It's kind of hyped in my opinion, and as a collector for a long time, I kind of think it is quite fairly rated, to be honest. I think the artworks are fantastic. I think the pull rates in 151 are pretty generous, to be honest. And like, it was actually available at retail price. To me, a 151 ticked all those boxes. And of course, now it was also an amazing investment if you bought early on, and people are noticing that as well. And just moving on to the 151 Elite Trainer Box, here we go. If we're looking around July last year, selling for $244 for one ETB, which is pretty crazy. Then it went all the way up to around 406 and had a small dip to 351 US. And right now, the 151 Elite Trainer Box is selling for $517 for one Elite Trainer Box. Now people are retracing. Now people are saying, hey, is this my last time to get 151? It's crazy, man. It is so crazy, and you can see that big movement. Now moving on to a special illustration rare that I think has been underrated for quite a long time. It is currently selling for $73 US. Though if we go back here, the Alakazam special illustration rare was selling for $58. Still a pretty good price point, I think, at $70 or $75 US. It's an amazing artwork. But one cool thing about like the whole, like I said, the whole cool thing about 151, compared to like later Scarlet and Violet sets or compared to Mega Evolution sets, the pull rates for 151 are super generous. So it actually is a fun opening experience as well. Because if you don't pull one of the SIRs, you still have a chance to pull one of the really cool illustration rares in these sets. Talking about the illustration rares, we can see the Charmander. Right now selling for $109, which is pretty crazy, right? If we go back, Charmander was always selling for $51 or, you know, around here, $60. So the 151 is just going through a massive price spike. And a lot of people are asking, why is this happening? Think that spill-on effect has happened. I've seen it too many times. I've seen that, and like if you do invest in collectibles, that's something that you can actually sharpen your saw with, because you can kind of see, hey, if Gigantamax Pokemon return, well, guess what? Old Gigantamax cards are going to spike in price, just like Legends EA with Mega Evolution, just like with 151. And you know, arguably the best Kanto game has just been re-released or ported, if you want, to the Switch. So that is definitely the best kind of experience you're going to get on Kanto. It's much better than Let's Go. It's much better than the originals. It is like the Fire Red and Leaf Green are the best way to play Generation 1, in my opinion. Now, moving on to the Zapdos as well, currently selling for $103 US. If we go back here around October, we're selling for $95.96. It's actually at a new high price point in the market for that Zapdos. And moving on to the 151 bundles, 6 booster packs inside, was selling for $101. Right now selling for $153 US for one booster bundle. Like, there you go. You can now, like the reprint territory for 151. I mean, how much longer can they reprint this set as well? When people say, oh, is 151 going to get reprinted? Well, it came out in 2023 and late 2023, late 2026, or towards like the more towards the end of the year, it's going to be a 3-year-old set. That still is, believe it or not, you still can get reprints in that time, though it just becomes less and less. Right now with Mega Evolution here and all this, for the most part, 151 is very much a set that is nearly at that point where it's officially out of print. I think we're very, very much close to that point now. Moving on to the Bulbasaur illustration rare, was selling for $53 US. Right now selling for $65. So the illustration rare Bulbasaur is still at an okay price point. Really cool artwork. I really rate the Bulbasaur. Really think it looks good. And it's actually interesting because even though I do like the Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard line, I actually would say, like I said before in the video, the Blastoise line is the best. And then I would say the Grass Starter line is the second. And then, interestingly, the Charizard line for me out of the starters is actually ranked in the final position, because I think they really did do a good job with these. And moving on to the Squirtle illustration rare, was selling for around $51. If we go all the way to the top here, right now selling for $105, which is insanely expensive for one illustration rare. But there you go, the market's really turned up for $151. I am not that surprised. I think it was just a given as well. But then again, there is a few things happening. One, people are realizing that, hey, it has now been out for a long time. And also, like I said, Fire Red, Leaf Green do have a part to play here as well, in my opinion. Obviously now, because hindsight's always 2020, but now Pokemon 151 just seemed like it was always going to rise. Though, you know, what's really funny is that I actually did make a video a long time ago talking about how 151 would be a gold mine one day. And what's really interesting is that when I made that video, and a lot of people don't know this, is that Pokemon 151, when it released in late 2023 and throughout early 2024, it was very available in a lot of stores. Though back then it wasn't like that. And I did talk about actually that 151 would have a very positive future. You can actually see one of my earliest videos talking about the 4 reasons why Pokemon 151 will become a gold mine. And I made this all the way back in early 2024. If you like this video, click the video that's appearing on screen so you can see one of my earliest prediction videos I ever made. Appreciate you watching, and I'll see you on the next video.